Hello crafters, I'm JanB and I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. Today I'm going to show you how I made this trifold card. I made a video showing how this was made about 3 years ago. The reason I've decided to do it again is the other day hubby found a photograph on his computer of another card that I did like this, which I did 7 years ago, and it's this one here. I asked him to print it off for me. I thought he might do a 6x4, but no, I've got a full A4 sheet here. And I can remember doing this card because it was a special card that somebody had asked me to do. A lady's name was Pauline, and I remembered making this and I really enjoyed it, and I loved those papers. So I thought, no, I'm going to make this one again. So this one I've used Ornate Garden Designer Series paper. And note that I have used 3 different designs. There's that one there, which forms like 2 T's. And then I've done that one, which forms like a cross. And then I've done this one. And I'm using 3 designs for the next card. And on the back, I've done a sheet, which is for you to write your greeting on. And this will fit into a regular size envelope if you use A4 paper. For Americans who use a different size to us totally, I suggest that instead of having this sheet, which is 6 inches by 12 inches, I suggest you do 5.5 inches by 12, then it will fit into your envelope. When I say where to do the score lines and the cut lines, you do yours in the same place. The only thing that's going to be different is the size of your layers. If when I'm putting all the sizes in the box below, because I will be putting the metrics down there, I will see if I can work out what the American sizes would be as well. No promise, but I will do my best for you. Okay, so this one I'm going to be using Peony Garden, and the card pieces that you're going to be needing, let me just put that there so I don't get myself confused. So we're starting off with 6 inches by 12 inches, and then we are going to have 2 pieces that measure 1 3/4 inches by 5 3/4 inches, and then 2 pieces that measure 3 3/4 inches by 1 1/4 inches, 2 pieces that measure 1 3/4 inches by 3 3/4 inches, 2 pieces that measure 3 3/4 inches by 2 3/4 inches, and 4 pieces, don't take any notice of writing there, that was for a different project, 4 pieces that measure 1 1/4 inches by 1 3/4 inches. And then, just to save a bit of time, I've already adhered my DSP to my layers. So let me just put these in the designs that they are. Right, okay, so this one's for the back, for you to write your greeting on. Then this one, and I have to be careful because I've used a directional pattern. So this one, I need 2 pieces that are 1 5/8 inches by 5 5/8 inches, and 2 pieces that are 2 5/8 inches by 1 5/8 inches. And then I need, for the top and the bottom, 2 pieces that measure 3 5/8 inches by 1 1/8 inches. That was the one the same size as that. And 4 of these, which measure 1 1/8 inches by 1 5/8 inches. I don't know if I said that one, but that's 3 5/8 inches by 2 5/8 inches. Okay, so what I've done with mine is I took 1/4 inch off of all of my squares to work out. Alright, this is to help Americans, where I've worked out how much to do for my layers, for the white one I took off 1/4 of an inch to the size of the particular box it was going in, and then I took 1/8 off for the designer series paper. It should be quite straightforward to do, but I do get confused easily, as you know. You would also need some scraps of Petal Pink and some Whisper White, which really depends on what you're going to do inside here. By the way, these little flowers, I used the Small Bloom Punch, which was the one that was in the celebration. It was one of the freebies you could get, and it has been brought forward to the annual catalogue. So I punched 2 of each for each flower, but I'm not going to be doing that for this card. So the first thing we're going to need to do is work on our large piece. Let's move that out of the way. I'm going to bring my trimmer in. So I'm going to open up the arm. Just clear myself a little bit of space here. Make sure that you can see. Okay, so again, for Americans, you're still 12 inches along here, so your score lines are still going to be the same. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to line up on the portrait, no, on the landscape side, first of all at 2 inches, and then score, and then line up at 4 inches, and score, line up at 8 inches, and score, and then line up at 10 inches and score. Now turn your cardstock 90 degrees so you have it portrait, and you're going to score. You're not going to be able to see me do all of this, but if I can show you, let's see, can you see my score lines? I don't think so. Okay, this is my first score line, second, third, fourth. Now you need to score from your first one down to your last one on both occasions. So that will be going from 2 inches down to 10 inches. And what you need to do is line this side up on 1.5 inches, which is just about the edge of the trimmer on that side. Okay, so if you line that up at 1.5 inches, move that one out of the way. Now I can't see this terribly well. In fact, let me just close this. I don't need that because I'm going to get it in position and then I'm going to tilt it so that I'm correct. There we go. Okay, so that's my 2-inch mark, and I'm going to come down to my 10-inch mark. Oh, almost see that. Okay, so that's 2 inches down to 10 inches, which is going from one score line down to your next, down to the last one. Okay, so turn your cardstock 180 degrees, line it up at 1.5 again, and then do exactly the same. Cut from 2 inches down to 10 inches. You've got that one. There we go. And that's all you need to do. Your trimmer is finished with now, so we can pop that out of the way. Now what you need to do next is to do some folding. So I'm going to fold the first one up. It doesn't really matter because you'll be folding it both ways anyway. So make sure you're lining up on both sides there, and then give a good burnish. And then fold the next one. Sorry, that was the valley fold. This is a mountain. So fold that. Again, make sure it's lining up correctly. There we go. And then give that a good burnish. And turn it around, it's easier. And then the next one, fold that up. And give that a good burnish. And then the next one is a mountain. So fold that, turn it over. I look as if I'm going very wonky there. Oh, crikey, look at that. So let's open that up, make sure that is straight. And then give that a good burnish. Okay, so you've got like that at the moment. What we need to do is we need to push this one down. Hold on. Nope. That one should be a mountain. And then we push. Let me talk to myself for a minute, otherwise I'll confuse you. I had this all worked out. That's mountain, mountain, and then that's mountain. And then right, okay. So this should be a mountain, and this should be a mountain. But those two there need to be valleys. And because that's a mountain, that needs to be a valley. And that one needs to come up, and that one needs to come up. Okay? And what you should find is that it will fold like that. So what I recommend you do then, because you have folded it in a different position, go over and crease, burnish your new folds. Again, making sure that they're still staying in position. What else we got? I'll do those ones. And that one. And that one. Okay, so just make sure you've done all of them. You can normally feel which ones haven't been done. They feel they feel a lot more springy than the other ones. Okay, so that's what it should be looking like. Even that way. Alright, so that's the solid bit on your left hand side. That's the best way to show you. Alright, so the top ones on the left hand side is the valley, and the lower one on the right hand side is the valley. Okay, right, so what I do is, because I don't like this fold here, it adds to the confusion. So what you see that I do on mine is I put a solid piece there so it stops it from moving, and I do that on that one, and I did it on this one as well. Okay, so it keeps those two bits straight and it stops your card going in the wrong direction. Okay, so what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to put my pieces on, and then we can start decorating. Right, that one's going to be going there, these two there, these two, that one's going to go there, that's at the bottom, that's there, 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 and there. Okay, I was going to use the Petal Pink Designer Series paper, but I thought it would probably be a bit overpowering to have so much, so I went for the grey, and it was either going for the granite grey or the Smokey slate, and I have always preferred the Smokey slate because I feel the grey granite is, it looks a bit stormy, but I've used it several times recently and I think I'm changing my mind about it. I'm thinking that it looks a warmer grey rather than stormy. So you may one day hear me say, actually, yes, I do like it. But that's not today. Like, because I take 1/4 of an inch off for my first layers, I get quite a decent gap all the way around, which is what I like. Whoops. As you can see, I'm not worrying about the writing that's on there. The Christmas catalogue will be going live on the 4th of August, and we've, as demonstrators, we've had the opportunity to pre-order, but I think I must be one of the very rare ones that hasn't. I'm finding it really difficult to get in the frame of mind of Christmas in July. The reason Stampin' Up! Are doing it is so that we have, or at least the Christmas catalogue has a longer selling period, because at the moment, previously rather, not at the moment, previously it had from 1st of September until about the 3rd of July, 3rd of January, which, you know, if it's one of those catalogues that you want to buy everything, it doesn't really give you enough time. So to change everything around, Stampin' Up! Are going to change the annual catalogue as well. So if you look at the back of that, you'll see that it says it retires, I think, on the 4th of May instead of the 4th of June next year. So it's only in for 11 months, which will be much, much better. I mean, at the moment, it's only been a month since the annual catalogue went live, which is part of my problem why I'm struggling to think about Christmas. Now, don't get me wrong, I love Christmas, and if you've known me for any length of time, you know come 1st of September normally I start making Christmas cards only, but I can't start in August. Normally in August we still haven't had our holiday. Not that there's going to be any holiday this year with the pandemic. Today's quite a historic day for us as far as the pandemic is concerned, because it's today that restaurants, hairdressers and pubs can open. So it's going to be interesting to see if it's a well-behaved day or not, or whether everybody will be going out there celebrating pubs are open, or celebrating a bit too much. Neither of us drink, so we won't be going down to the pub. Mind you, we're nervous about going out anyway. So we're waiting to see what happens before we decide we're going to start socialising. We still see Vicky and her husband and our son as well, LD, and obviously that's the main thing for us with our grandchildren. We go over there and we social distance. In fact, we'll be going over there on Wednesday as well because it's my birthday. So we're going, hubby and I are just going to Wisley, the Royal Horticultural Society Gardens. So I hope it's not raining. And then we come back and we go over to my daughter's and we're going to get a takeaway. There we go. Something feels as if it's bumpy there. Nope. Probably that I haven't folded something properly. Anyway, never mind. It'll work itself right. So what do you think about that so far? See, one pattern there for the T, one for the cross, and then this one there. What you could do with this is, like I did on my blog this morning, it's Saturday today, you could paint some of this with a Petal Pink. It would look quite nice, wouldn't it? It would introduce a little bit more colour. Anyway, I want to do the decorating, and what I am going to do is I'm going to do the same as this, but I'm changing this. And what I've done here, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do it, but ahead of time I stamped and decorated 2 of these and 2 of these. So I will play around with them once I get that far. So let me get my Stamparatus over first, and I will tell you which. I haven't actually done this ahead of time, so I will be doing it with you. Right, first of all, birthdays are the best days. That's this one. And this is from, oh yes, this is from Beautiful Friendship. Okay, so that's what I'm using for that one. Let me show you the stamp sets first. I don't know which one I'm using, but I've stamped that one twice and that one ahead of time and die cut them. So that's Prized Peony. And for the sentiment on the inside, you make the world a better place. That comes from Beautiful World. That's a nice sentiment to have. And this one, which I'm not going to use, but I will tell you where I got it from, and it was Posted for You. It was that one, and these have been designed to go with the rectangular postage stamp punch, which is a really nice bundle, that one. The flowers, these here that I've done, I've die cut them using the Peony dies, and that's for the big one and that's for the smaller one. And if you saw my last video, I showed you how to build up the 4-layered peony. So if you want to have one of those on your card, check back on my previous video. As you can see, they've got little lines here to slot them in, and the video shows you how to actually line them all up. And the dies I'm using for these are from, oh dear, come on, Stitched So Sweetly. The one from the Posted For You, I used the number 3 die there, but for what I'm going to do now, I'm using these two. Oops, not you. There we go. Okay, so I really have had a good look at all the different things that I have to see what I'm going to be using. So let me get my Stamparatus over first. Let me just take a scrap of paper with that. And then I can lay it down. I haven't washed them since I last used them. There was one other stamp that I used, wasn't there, on the back of the... Oh, here it is. On the back of this one, where I decorated that, it came from this stamp set, Make a Difference. It's just that little one there. I had this out because I've just made a card for somebody and she wanted 70th birthday on it. So I used the 7 and the 0 and the TH, and I've lost a 7. I mean, you see how small these... I know you can feel my pain. Where's the numbers? Here. Okay, see how small they are. I lost a 7. So hubby's going to help me look for it later on. Right, so birthdays are the best day first. That was this one, wasn't it? And photopolymer, so I need my matte. I'll have that. I'll have my Whisper White. And Memento ink. And just so that I can get a good stamp under here, let's put a stamp set. That's it. Oh, that's very good. We will give it just one more though, just to make sure it's excellent. Yes, beautiful. So the next one I need is the You Make the World a Better Place. So let me just place that one over there. And that's this one. It wouldn't take up so much room if I put these on the back of my plates, but because I've got several plates, I tend to only use one side of them. Right, where's my magnets? I'm going to do this one. I'm not going to... Oh, I know what I will be stamping. I'm not going to be stamping the love that's in the centre over there. I might have to come back to it, depending how the flowers look. There we go, that's beautiful. So I don't need that one, but I do need this. This is going, although it's petal pink, it's okay for writing on. So that can go. Let's bring this one back. Now that should line up to come here. This is what I don't like about if you've got stamps on both sides. It goes down like that. You may remember that I said that when Stampin' Up said they were retiring these plates, I bought several of them. I think I needed the plate on that. Let's see if this is going to work okay. Oops. This is a great thing about one of the great things. No, that's not good at all. Can I cut another piece? Right, bear with me. What size was this? 3 3/4 by 2 3/4, is that right? 1, 2, 3, yes, 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. Bear with me. I can't have that, that's just too messy. Right, so 2 3/4 by 3 3/4. There we go. Let's try that again. Put that in the corner, put the magnet down, ink up the stamp without throwing the stamp pad at the stamp. That's better. There we go, just give it one more go. There we go. Beautiful. That's more like it. I'll cut that bit off and save the rest of it. Okay, so done with that one. Right, let's put a bit of paper there. That's it. Don't need that. Don't need that. We don't need that. But what I do need now is my big shot, and I'm going to be a bit out of paper, aren't I? Oh, that's too small. I was going to say, where did that one come from? I need to be able to do 2 of these. Oh, that's all I need, isn't it? So, okay, that'll be enough. And that has got to do those 2. So let me just slice these off. Oh, leave a little bit of room because you've got shapes. Oh, I wanted to do them both separately, didn't I? It's just that it's so much easier to put 2 things through. Oh, not that it matters anyway, does it, on that, because I'm using the same die for them. Alright, here's space. Let's bring those this side, otherwise I'll be saying I've lost them. So we'll do one of these. And one of these. When you're lining that up, just have a look at different bits that you think will make it straight. For example, I've gone by place and I'm trying to line it up with a straight line across there. Everything else goes in, so that means it's all okay. we go, that's those two. Okay, it's got nice stitching around it. And that one. That probably won't lift up. Is it 1st of August or 4th of August? I don't know, I'm getting a bit confused because Stampin' Up keeps changing the days. It used to be always at the beginning of the month when things happen. But whenever, the new Stampin' Up cut and emboss machine will be available for demos to buy, so that we can have a chance to get to use them, get familiar with them, so that when it goes for sale for customers, which will be 1st of September, we're ready to answer all and any questions, hopefully. I will certainly be buying one. The reason I'm telling you this is because my mat there is so, and this one, got so many cuts on it that when I do die cutting, it tends to get itself stuck actually on the lower. I just saw I had to use my tweezers to lever that one off. That's okay. Let's see. Yes, stuck down again. There we go. That was all I needed, I think, wasn't it? I might need it again if I decide to go for the love, but I'm hoping that I can use my flowers. Okay, so these two I'm going to adhere together. Can't be too much longer before they announce that nail bars and beauticians can open up again. So desperate to get Sharon to do my nails. Although having said that, these false nails have been really very, very good. For what they are, they've been absolutely brilliant. But they don't last like Sharon's do. It's like most things, I suppose, isn't it? You get what you pay for. There we go. I didn't use dimensionals on this card at all. Everything has been glued. You can't really see all of that, can you? Right, okay, so let's bring this over. Now this one's going here so that it stops this bend. Just pop that in the centre. I just try and make sure I've got the same gap there of DSP as I have on that side, and of course try and get it straight. And then the other one, the other end. I'm so pleased I didn't have any of the Petal Pink in the large sheets. I'm really liking this grey with the amount of silver there is, Petal Pink there is in there. Okay, you see how that's holding that a lot more solid now. So that should, there we go. which one's not been burnished very well? But you get it. Brilliant. Okay, so let's see what we've got for our flowers. I could have one. I could have two. These little ones could go on these. So, one or two. I think it's going to be two. Oops. Or two of those. No, these are too small, aren't they? No, too small. Let's have two of these. Again, I'm not going to put dimensionals on them because they're inside a card. I really struggled using my Petal Pink blends. They are both running out big time. So what I had to do with one of these, probably that one, once I'd coloured it, because I had to use my darker blend, I went over certain areas using my colour lifter so that I could get a bit of dimension in there. I'm going to turn that sideways so they don't look identical. Yes, I like that. So let's put this one in that corner. I think that could do with some leaves. I might go back and add that later. If you check out my blog tomorrow morning, which will be the 5th of July 2020, if I've done anything different to it, you'll see it. But I do just want to add a little bit of bling, and these are my absolute favourites. I love these. They're called Elegant Faceted Gems, and if you look closely at them, okay, these ones are like milky or opaque. These are like a misty petal pink, and these are clear. And these ones I've been using on the 3D peonies where we've had 4 layers to build it up, and they look like raindrops or dewdrops. They look really lovely. So I'm going to use this. I prefer the other one, the little spatula. There we go. So I'm going to use these ones here. Oh yes, let's put it in there. These are the bigger ones I'm using, and it looks like they're nails holding the sign up. And there. That's going to be inside the card. Oh, never mind. I don't normally do that. So if I wanted any more, yes, that's inside, isn't it? I can't really on the front there, can I? Unless I did a few more on here. What do you think? Could put 3 little ones, couldn't I? I'll stick to the petal pink, what I call petal pink. Yes, there we go. There we go. So that's today's project. I hope you like it, and I hope you're going to give it a try. Should I put any gems in there? I don't think so. No, if that goes through the post, that's going to get really quite squashed. Or maybe I should have done punched some circles there instead. Never mind, it's done now. It's done. So there's that one. There's my first one, which is Ornate Garden. I'll leave that one open, leave that one closed so you can see them both. Let me just have a look. Can you see both? Yep, you can. Many thanks for joining me today. If you have any questions, please leave them in the box below the video. I'm always happy to help you, and I do enjoy reading your feedback. In the box below, I'll also put all the measurements. I will try for the US layers, and definitely the metric will be there. If you've enjoyed my video and you'd like to be notified each time I upload a new one, please click on the subscribe button down there in the bottom right hand corner, and then click the bell so that you get the notifications. Also in the box below will be a link to my 24/7 online Stampin' Up shop. Stampin' Up have a promotion during August up until the 31st of August, which is what they call bonus days. So for every £45 or €60 you order, that's before delivery, then you will earn a £4.50 or a €6 coupon, which you can spend next month. And next month the Christmas catalogue will be going live for you. So it's a real win-win situation, that one. So you just gain and gain and gain. Also if you shop in my online shop, please use the hostess code so that when I send out the happy mail to my customers at the end of the month, or at least the beginning of August, I'll be able to put some kind of free product in with the happy mail as well. So again, win-win. It's all very, very good. Many thanks for joining me today. Please take care, stay safe, and I look forward to seeing you next time. Cheerio.